Hey everyone, my name is Faizan. I am back again with a new recording video. And this for today's session, I've chosen a topic from commerce. So we'll understand some aspects about marketing and some aspects about how it is linked to strategy. Okay, so I'll get started, and it's going to be around 30 minutes long. So kindly watch till the end. Okay, so when we study this subject called commerce, see, as you know, commerce is important because it helps you to understand the different functions of a business. And if you are someone who is a small business owner, this is really important. As a small business owner, you have a lot of freedom. And if you understand a little bit of commerce and business studies and so on, it might perhaps help you. But of course, some of the people, some micropreneurs, as we call them, actually want to not go into medium enterprises. They are content with the small business idea, which is fine. It's up to you what you want to do. I think contentment is anyway a great thing to have, right? Contentment. All right. So let's understand the idea about business in terms of micropreneurship. Okay, so first of all, let me define what is the meaning of micropreneur. So micropreneur, it is related to the word entrepreneur. The micropreneur would basically not have a lot of scale. Maybe all the small shops that you see, or someone having a small business in their solo proprietorship and so on. Basically, a very small business size, not a lot of functions or not a lot of employees, maybe a couple of employees and so on. That would be classified under micropreneurship, right? So if if I further state that why it is important to be a micropreneur, I think it is a massive boost to the idea of employment. So it helps you to work for yourself, and when you work for yourself, I think you are also have freedom of your time, and with the understanding of commerce or different aspects, perhaps you can be able to solve the challenges that you face. So let me start by classifying the different aspects first. Uh, just a minute. Okay, so let's understand the idea about the different functions in a business. So what are the different functions in a business, right? So when we talk about functions, we have to understand that all these terms like operations or you know marketing and product and all those things, let's say retail or let's say distribution. So all these things will be under the umbrella of small business functions, right? So let's understand what is really important for a small business person. Maybe what is really important for a small business person to understand about running business. So first, some of the small businesses are actually buying from a wholesaler or may have contacts with a distributor, and then they procure the materials. So you basically procure the materials and you sell it in a different place. So you have set up an offline shop or you have an office, maybe, uh, I mean, this is not, this is majorly the category I'm talking about. Maybe I'm talking about what, maybe you can have a small shop or a small office. Okay. And what happens is that you procure goods, and this can be from a wholesaler, it can be from a distributor, it can be even from outside country. So you are actually importing goods. And then you have an offline presence. This is important. This is only about goods, remember. So you have an offline presence where you have perhaps gotten a hold of market. So you have some customers, or basically, because people are able to see that, okay, you are the person who sells certain goods, they perhaps have a recall. Okay, so this is the idea. You actually procure goods from someone like a wholesaler or distributor, and you are able to have an offline presence through which you sell those goods. Now, what happens here is, what you are doing essentially is you are doing procurement, or you can call it supply and so on. You have an offline presence, and you are able to meet the demands, or customers are able to come to your offline presence and are able to do the transaction. So this is an example of a small business, of course. I will not go into small offices, or those things will not come under goods. So because we're talking about goods, yes, you might have a decent size, uh, this offline presence, or it may also be multiple. Let's say you have 3 shops or 4 shops, that also will come under this. Okay, so now what is the model that is working here, right? How does the micro earn the profit? In this example, what is happening is the micropreneur is procuring firstly at a larger volume. So when you are able to procure at a larger volume, what happens is that you are able to get a better deal, and you're also able to get a rebate in prices. So you are procuring at a lower price. It is a win-win actually, because it is good for the supplier, it is good for you, and you're able to purchase and so on. So because you are an entrepreneur, you are able to have a small business. You also know what is in demand and what is the likelihood volume of demand, right? So because you have some idea of demand estimation, you're able to have a very stable relationship mostly with the procurer or the supplier, because the supplier will be someone who has been there for you for a longer time. Okay, so that's the whole idea. I'll now go into some of the ideas about, let's say, small and then medium businesses and then large businesses, right? Small businesses, medium enterprises, and large organizations, which are multinationals. So the moment you are aspiring to go from small to medium scale, what happens is that you might have to have, let's say, tens of shops, or if you are into also entering into internet-led distribution, which means that you have some presence in the internet, and you're able to get customers from the digital platform. So this internet led business can also have multiple, it can be a marketplace like Amazon, and can be a direct channel and so on. So anything that is coming from the internet can actually be a good boost to your business, because mostly you will see that, mostly you will see that a lot of companies today are also trying to have their own presence in the internet space. Okay, so I will now specifically talk about what is the product fit. So have you identified the product? And then I will talk about what is the right marketing strategy. So let's understand uh, product diversification. And so, look, what happens over here is when I'm talking about product diversification, if you are aspiring to go from a small scale to a medium scale, you perhaps need to introduce new products. All right. So perhaps you'll be able to introduce new products and uh, not just introduce new products, but the idea that you're able to meet demands. So you'll have to be really careful about what products you are choosing, and there will be and this is not going to be easy. Uh, there is a small phase where whatever product you have chosen has to be, let's say, if you're just scaling up, so you are basically asking the supplier to double the volumes or triple the volumes, right? Or you're getting into a relationship with a new supplier for a product, maybe. So anytime you're introducing new products, there has to be a lot of uh, feasibility analysis before introduction of the new product. Okay, so product itself is better if it is related to the current portfolio that you have. So suppose you are selling almonds and cashews, and you introduce Brazilian nuts, or you introduce some uh, I'm forgetting the name. There are dry fruits in other countries. So you introduce that. It might be successful, it might not be successful. It's very difficult to predict in business. But it is always better that you sort of introduce products which are related to the current portfolio that you have. So this is one idea, that you actually introduce new products. And when you introduce new products, it has to be related to the original portfolio. What else can we talk about if we are going to scale? So there is certainly a process that has to be followed. If you are going to scale up, uh, you might you might have a strategy in place which says that there is some kind of offer on the new product, right? So when you have some kind of offer on the new product, then what happens is that more people will become aware. So you have to ensure that there is awareness, and then perhaps you can likely see traction. So that is the idea for today. I think we discussed on what is the meaning of a small business owner or a micropreneur, and then we discussed the idea about how introduction of new products can actually be. So if you're introducing new products, it can actually be one of the ways you are able to transition from a small business to a medium business. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Thank you.